Spitting them out.
All right, guys. Hey, how are you guys doing?
God. Hey, buddy.
So, Aaron, what's up? How are you? So this is a new or old?
A new.
Kind of like
a revisitation.
Wait, is that your beer or
yes,
something?
Yes, it's my beer. Back where we started. Yeah.
There. Okay. Sorry, that whole kerfluffle of having the.
Can you say that word again?
Kerfluffled.
That was it.
Kerfluffled? Is it kerfluffled? Not kerfluffled.
Kerfluffle.
Kerfluffle.
I think it's just kerfluffle.
I have a weekly. Not a weekly, but a daily thing that it emails me a new word.
Oh, you got a word of the day thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Was it kerfluffle?
Kerfluffle was like a long time ago, but that was just something
That's
I remembered.
That's one that stuck with you?
Out of all
cool.
of them. So, guys, I hope you guys are doing good during this whole Corona stuff.
I've got one of those calendars, too, but it's like a day of the day. And today was March 30th. Pretty neat. Every day's different. I don't know how they do it.
So, Aaron, we're here again.
I'm Aaron. It's me, Aaron.
I'm John. We're known, or now it's still known as the Beer and Friendship Show, but we've kind of put that. Have we put that to bed?
I think I'm just gonna start a comedy show called that.
The Beer and Friendship Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My idea was to start doing it at a brewery, and then making it like a comedy bingo show.
Oh.
So like every have a seat, everybody. Everybody.
He's gonna explain something real quick.
Everybody in the audience, hopefully there's an audience, gets their own bingo card, and it's got like typical shit, comedy stuff, like comic says the word dick or like talks about a cop, whatever, But it's also got like Kansas City stuff on it, like. Somebody talks about the Super Bowl or Boulevard or whatever the fuck,
Right.
And I think I want to use because the name is too good.
It is a good name.
Just
it is to not
dormant.
use it.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the big reasons why I was really wanting to push to keep that name.
Yeah.
Was just because it's such a good name.
It's
especially
very clean and simple, and you can put it on anything really.
And yeah, when people are like, oh, you do a podcast, and I'm like, oh, what do you do? It's called the Beer and Friendship Show. It's just a great title.
It's nothing like it's very vague.
Yeah.
Like it's vague enough that you're not cornering anybody,
and
unless they're like sober.
And then every show, and I'm guilty of it too, is like it's usually just the name of the person is like and show.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
like name and show.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is fine, but it's not very much creativity.
It took very little creativity to come up with Beer and Friendship Show.
Well, that's true too.
But it just took that little amount to make a decent name.
Right. So, but like I said, we're here. We're starting up again. Like we did like what 100 and some odd episodes of the Beer and Friendship Show.
Lot. We did like 2 years of it.
Yeah,
over 2 years.
And then I kind of did a couple episodes by myself with someone else, which was all right. It was no big deal, but it's
betrayed me.
But it's not. It wasn't. It's not the same.
Not the
without because there's always a lot of the videos I collect throughout the week, and I'm I'm still doing research on finding stupid stuff, and a lot of them are targeted for I would love to hear Aaron's opinion on this.
Every time I don't think about starting new podcasts ever. That often, at least. But anytime I think about it, I'm like, why would I do it with anybody but John?
I know. I kind of think
you
the same thing. You got
all this stuff. You're my friend.
Right.
I like talking to you.
It makes more sense to do it this way.
It's a good excuse to hang out with somebody that I otherwise
enjoy
wouldn't that much. Yeah.
So we're here. We thought about. We were like, well, Aaron hit me up a couple nights ago.
Very drunk.
I assumed. I
absolutely hammered.
I did not want to. I didn't want to say it, but I assumed.
Sometimes, because I was brainstorming those shows and I just thought of the name of the show. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll go. Because I'd thought about it off and on. But yeah, sometimes I'll just get smashed and just watch some of those old shows. And it's a lot of fun.
It is. And then what was so funny is he texted me and he was like, John, we should start doing a podcast again. And what we're going to do is we'll do it about bars and restaurants and museums throughout Kansas City. I was like, who in the fuck is this Aaron Naylor?
Yeah, museum.
Who is this asshole?
I've never been to a museum in Kansas City. I haven't even been to Nelson Atkins.
Aaron doesn't listen to podcasts. And this seemed like the furthest thing that Aaron would ever want to listen to if he was forced to listen to a podcast. God. So I was like, why would you want to make that?
Part of me is interested in getting to know Kansas City more.
Okay, that's fair.
And also, I've been to enough bars
in Kansas City to understand Kansas City.
Me talking about Buzzard Beach
Okay.
Like just a shithole
that
dive
shitty
bar.
place that's right over here.
I love it.
Does it have a piano in there?
No.
Or is that the one next to it?
That was the one next to it.
Oh, there's no
Miles.
the piano.
And
it was
Steve used to work at the piano bar. Now it's I think it's Johnny Cause too or something.
I remember one time it was right after Miles got the not the spaceship. What is it called? The
sloth.
The sailship, the sailboat, the
sailboat.
sailboat thing on his arm. It's not a sailboat. It's like what was it, like the pirate boat?
One of those kid drawing of a sailboat. I love it.
He got this big, and he had it wrapped. And like I was on a date with this girl from Ethiopia, and we were just sitting there. Her and I were just talking, like having a good time, like we are. And then he just comes up, he's like, "What's up, John?" I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Nothing much, man. I just got this tattoo." And I'm like, "That's cool." It's like, it's all black and white, and it's a ship, and it's supposed to represent, like the tides that you're going through your life and stuff like that. I'm like, "That's cool, man." And like we're both sitting there. I'm like, "Dude, do you not see that you're totally cock blocking me right now?" And I know you're not meaning to, but
we're friends. But please,
dude,
go back to your job.
You gotta go do something else right now.
That was the last time I saw Steve.
Then Wheeler. Miles got married.
Yeah, they're like.
You want to? I'm going to tell you something. He probably won't watch this, but he's in a lawsuit right now.
Who?
Miles.
Oh, for
Did you see it? Because it was
no.
He apparently got into a fight when he was at he's a football coach, right?
Yeah.
When he was at Liberty North, some kid was injured.
Yeah.
And this is all alleged. Everyone. No, we know him. I know him. I know him really well.
Burning bridges. All right,
it's not a bridge. It's not a bridge that
he knows about.
Yeah, he knows about it. I know about it. Though it's on. They made it was on the news.
In the Chronicle.
It was on the news.
Really?
It was on the news. Like they made a video of it, so you can look it up. Yeah. The link will be the link will be in the description. Anyway,
Platte County Collector.
But it was like a News Channel 5, something like that. But this is all alleged though. Apparently, what happened was like some kid was injured, and he was like he was a senior or he was a junior at the time that it happened, and he was the starting like left tackle or right tackle or something
big
like that.
Kid,
yeah, he's a big guy, and so Miles walked in.
Who are we?
Miles walked into their training room and like said to him like, "Oh, there's one of the pussies right there being injured." And the kid was like, "Well, there's one of the biggest bitches that they call a coach." And allegedly, Miles grabbed him and threw him to the ground.
Oh my God.
Allegedly, and they got into a whole altercation, which he ended up like there's a whole like thing that got filed, and then he ended up leaving there and going to Odessa, which he ended up winning. He ended up helping win them a state championship this past year.
All right.
So like it is what it is. But allegedly, he got into an altercation. That's the reason why he left. Because no one leaves like a big school like that. Because that's a Class 6 school. Yeah, that's a big school. And like you're the defensive coordinator, or like you're gonna move up to be the defensive coordinator.
Yeah. And
so it's a place you'd want to be, because that can definitely lead to a college job.
Yeah.
As a coach, like because you couldn't play anyway. I couldn't play that much either.
None of us could play. I'm the only quarterback in this entire discussion. I can still throw 60 yards, baby.
But yeah, that's that story.
Wild.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that. But
no, well, I don't know. Well, I know why I didn't know. I don't check like local news, but I didn't imagine anybody in Weston like sharing it on Facebook and be like, "Oh, check this shit out."
No, but like I'm in a group text with Kyle, Tyler, and Michael, and like Michael sent it. He was like, "You guys, check this shit out." And this is the only thing Kyle said back. These are all friends that we went to high school with, guys. Kyle's like, "The biggest pussy I've ever seen," and that's the only thing he said to the whole thing. He says the least amount of shit.
Very quiet man.
Because like because he just had a kid. He just had a boy, and like we all send the group text like, "Congratulations, Kyle," and he's like, "K." Just K. That's all he said to us.
That's great. I love that. Good for him. He's like, I don't care about you guys. Work on the railroad or whatever.
Are you friends with him on Instagram?
I think
he just got Instagram, but he's posting that stuff, and it's fucking cool.
I was following his wife Morgan forever. Yeah. So,
but Kyle has one now. It's like Kyle 89 Elder,
really? Okay.
and we that he probably didn't want that put out there. Oh, wow.
You forgot the at. Though. They're not gonna know without.
They won't know unless there's the at.
They won't know where to put the at. It's after the 89.
But he has one. But he does railroad stuff underneath the. Or I don't. Does he does stuff underneath the railroad?
Oh, like
he builds like basically like tunnels in the ground. I don't know. I wish I could explain what he does. I don't know. He's my friend. I went to high school.
Speaking of rails, this podcast is all rails. Real quick.
But it's better when it's two people talking instead of just me by myself. Because it's like, it's not if I'm going to forget what I was talking about. It's just when in the episode it's going to happen. But now there's someone here.
The funny thing is like John wrote down stuff to talk about before this, and none of it was talk about multiple friends from high school. A lot.
But but that's what made it great. That's the reason why you and I wanted to start a podcast was because we used to drink beers and like just talk about bullshit when I was in town or you were in town or we were both in town.
Yeah.
And so
we couldn't hear each other in O'Malley's. So it was nice to be
in a recorded
room by ourselves.
Recording it, so just in case we ever wondered what we were saying, we could go back and check it out. No,
we have fun.
Yeah. So
I got a new tattoo. You want to see it?
Did you really?
Yeah, it's one of those flash tattoos that you get like on Friday the 13th for like $20.
Okay.
It's that bad boy.
I love it.
See that? We'll zoom in and post. It was $30. It's a little puppy.
Yeah, it's a little blow up puppy
dog.
That's fucking awesome.
I love tattoos. I only get small tattoos. I'm cheap as fuck, but
it makes sense. It's okay. It works.
Love, live, laugh, love them. But yeah, that's
so. But we're here. We don't even have like a name for this podcast yet. We've been wondering what we would call this.
I think we could just call it Fuck Buddies.
Fuck Buddies.
That's a good name.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good name.
Would you want to should we like spell like fuck weird and like fuck
Fukc
Fukc and then like should we say like fuck buddies, spell it in a weird way, or would that be difficult?
I think buddies is easy.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a podcast called Fuck Buddies, but if we spell it with a KC instead of CK, it's regional. That was easy.
Nice. I'll remember that now.
It's funny.
Your job is to remember the buddies part. I wrote down the fuck.
I was talking to my mom earlier today, and she just recently got Facebook. She actually got multiple Facebooks. And
why multiple?
She's still on one of those like pay as you go phones.
Okay.
For some reason, because she doesn't like do much.
Okay.
Like, it's
okay.
very cheap.
Okay.
If I wanted to,
I would internet? Does she not have like the internet?
She has internet. She can get all that shit.
Then why don't you just get a laptop? Or
never
mind. I'm sorry.
This getting into this stuff. Like
I'm
Facebook
just high now that I'm just
Facebook was a big step for her.
It makes sense.
And she's relatively competent with it, but for some reason or another, it kept like logging her out, and she never wrote down a password or remembered anything. So she started like 5 different Facebooks.
Okay. Fair.
And I just thought it was fake every time because she doesn't have a profile picture.
Yeah.
And I talked to her about that today too, and she was like, I don't want people to see me. Like, why not?
Yeah, well, then why you be on it?
And I was like, just put a picture up of when you were fat. Because that's funny. That's what I do with my kid pictures.
Yeah.
You know? And my today pictures too, I guess, to an extent.
You're not fat, Aaron.
I am thick. But yeah, she was telling me she saw one of my Facebook posts, and she was like, you really got to stop using that F word. And I was like, fuck you idiot. No, I was like, no, I don't care. I don't care. Like, all right, whatever. And
okay, Mom.
She's monitoring me now on Facebook.
Does it feel great?
Oh, I thought it would be so much worse to have a parent on Facebook. And I don't know why, because she'll comment on my pictures and shit every now and then. She says pretty funny stuff.
Scrolls through
she's a funny person. I kind of like having her as a Facebook friend.
That's nice. I'm not friends with any of my family on Facebook. I'm friends with.
I block Gavin on everything.
Really nice.
Yeah.
He's always getting a new Facebook every like.
Because he's always getting out of prison every 6 or 7 months, and he can't remember the sign in.
I've been wanting to ask you about this because like. The reason why is because I'm in the process of watching one of my ex-girlfriends. She got a felony possession, but then she keeps fucking up on her probation, and so she's like right now her bond. She has 2 bonds right now. She has a probation violation, and she also has like a domestic violence thing that she fucked someone up. She did something. She did something to some family member, but like she's the bond is it's two $50,000 bonds, and so I'm like watching it on my
CaseNet.
Because I got Corona. I got nothing else to do. And her next court date is the 2nd of this next coming month, of the 4th. Yeah, and so it's been a fun thing. But the reason why, like, how's your brother been?
He just got out
again.
Yeah, so he was I think he was supposed to get 3 to 5 years. Yeah, well, he had so many things. Oh yeah, well, yeah. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. I went to his CaseNet last year when he went back to prison just to see what he'd done, because I didn't really know everything. So I try to stay out of it.
Well, makes sense
as much as I can, because I don't care about him as a person anymore. And he's been on some sort of like probation since 2011.
Damn.
Yeah, he just continuously violates it. And then, like, eventually he would get a warrant, like a nonviolent warrant, so it wasn't, like, important. It wasn't the top of the list. So they'd wait to go find him. Well, the last time they went to go find him, he fucking ran and, like, started a high-speed chase on 152.
Okay, makes sense. And that's another felony for evading police. Yeah.
And he had this chick that he was fucking in his van, and she also had a warrant out for her arrest for something. I don't know what she was doing.
Makes sense.
So then they finally got him, and it was
in the
funny.
van. Wait, no. Wait. I feel like I just totally skipped something. So he was living in a van.
He kind of off. My grandma would let him stay, and then he stole like a bunch of money from my grandma, and then my uncles were like, "No,
you're done. Let him." Yeah, you're done
and
now.
She was like, "No, So he was kind of off and on in separate places.
How much money did he steal?
$500. She had like a Amazon gift card that he stole.
Jesus Christ, Aaron.
And his reasoning behind this was
twin brother, by the way.
His reasoning behind this was, well, she wasn't using it. It's like, you know whose it was. You were at Christmas when people gave it to her.
Oh,
like we all saw it, so we know whose it was.
Oh no, it was one of those things.
He's a nightmare, but
he seems like it.
So he got caught running away, and they put all of this in the Platte County Citizen.
Okay.
Newspaper, because his trial was coming up, I guess.
In Platte County, that's where that's where the trial was.
Yeah, I guess
that makes.
It was on 152, so that's technically it's still Platte County.
Yeah.
And the only thing they quoted from him, it's very funny, when the cops dragged him out of the van. Apparently, he said, "None of the stuff in there is mine." And all of the stuff in there, everything was it.
Was it like
he had like a bag of paraphernalia because he's like a drug dealer. He was dealing drugs in Kansas City.
Okay,
like he told me one night like he had a corner, he had a gun, all this shit. Also, he fucking it's all coming back to me because this is a wild time for my family.
Man, do you need more beer? Because because if you need more beer, please just grab that one. Talk.
So, what happened? Oh, sorry, I dropped your pen. What he did...
CBD oil, guys. You should get it.
It helps the joints.
Shoulder, knees, hands, elbows, knees, and toes.
College football. So what he did... my nephew's grandpa is Bridger. Remember Coach Bridger?
Yeah.
So my brother stole their identity. And he stole their dead daughter's identity.
Oh no!
I can't remember her name right now.
She didn't. She died in a car accident, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't. She married to.
She was married to Scott.
Scott.
They were divorced by then, but then it was very short after that.
Another person we went to high school with.
I don't know her. I can't remember her name, but he stole her identity. He stole.
Did he know the socials, or he just told the cops?
I think all he did was he just used their identity to buy guns on Walmart.com.
Oh, okay.
And then have them shipped to my parents' house and other houses wherever he had them. So he was buying guns,
also a felony.
Also like that kind of stealing identity. Yeah, buying a gun is apparently very legal. Like they came in like plastic cases, like handguns. It's like, what the fuck?
Why do you need? Okay,
he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
So this is around Christmas, and my mom was like, "I'm not giving you the guns." Like she didn't even open the boxes yet. She knew it was in there, and it was just. And then like not 2 weeks later, he got caught finally. And apparently, also in the paper, he had gotten a separate violation somewhere in Clay County. I want to say maybe Smithville or something like that. I don't know what the fuck he was doing in Smithville or wherever, Liberty. But he got caught impersonating a cop. I don't know anything about that story. It was like a small footnote in the article.
Okay.
I want to know more about that.
Yes.
But I don't want to.
It's a small footnote. That
yeah,
seems like it
like
should be a pretty
thing.
big thing. It should be the title.
Like, but
Man,
it was in a separate county.
Like
so I don't know if he had to go over there and. Cause I imagine it's a felony, but they might have knocked it down for whatever reason. So
and I think I'm being a piece of shit the way I live.
I know. Imagine being me and just like in the eyes of most people, I'm barely skating by, but to my parents, I'm a god.
Aaron, he does.
I am the best thing that's ever happened.
He does jokes. His profile picture is him just in his underwear, but his twin brother has multiple felonies.
He's a drug dealer.
He's a drug dealer.
I've had the same job for 8 years. I think stability is a big part of my life, and not his at all. But yeah, he was supposed to get. I thought he was supposed to get 3 to 5 because he obviously was guilty of everything.
Makes sense. 3 to 5.
Yeah,
seems like a pretty good deal of what he did.
Most of it was him violating his probation because he'd been doing that forever.
Also learning, going through the whole process of watching my ex go through all this stuff. I've learned a lot of terms. I'm doing a lot of Googling. What is this? What does a no-go probation violation means? What's a revoke mean? What does this all mean?
So they had a drug test my brother.
Yeah.
So he would he would skip the probation meetings.
Of course he did.
So they wouldn't drug test him. They would put a patch on him, so it was easier to test for meth or whatever the fuck he was doing.
Huh?
If they took it
he was doing
the
meth.
patch. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess that's why you stealing the $500.
So, at the time.
But what do you do with the card? Is he gonna just buy stuff with it, or is he gonna turn it into cash? How is he gonna turn it?
No idea.
Maybe
buy guns probably.
Okay.
I was for a short time during this time I was living in the basement of my parents' house. And every now and then I'd go home and turn the light on, and there would be one less light turned on, bulb. My brother's stealing a bulb to go smoke shit in the fucking garage. He was yeah. He was stealing light bulbs.
You're just smoking meth out of a light bulb. I don't even know how
crazy.
I don't even know how you do that.
I don't either.
How would you do that?
I have no idea. I thought that's a crack thing. Maybe he was doing crack. I don't fucking know. I've tried not to ask that many questions.
Oh boy.
Because every time I try to open up and give him a chance, I just get this wall of this is the crazy shit I've done that you don't know about.
And you're just sitting
I don't
there.
Care.
How did we share a womb?
How are we technically the same person? A lot of us, a lot of our genetics are very similar. Dude, it's crazy. But now he's I guess he's doing fine. He's got a job now, which is good. And I think he lives at my parents' house. I don't know. I try to stay out of it as much as I can. I got my own shit to worry about.
That's fair.
We're all almost 30 years old.
I am 30.
When I say we're all, I mean my brother and I, and also my parents. They're very young.
Yeah, they're almost 30 as well.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just this whirlwind of shit, and statistically he'll be back in prison in 5 months. We'll see what happens. It's pretty fun.
Oh, God.
And then I'll be right again. This is all I've got. I'm right about one bad person in comedy. That's it.
It's fair.
It's going well.
And then, yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of disease on your family. I couldn't
believe they wrote all that shit in the paper. It's so funny.
Yeah. None of that stuff in that car is mine.
Oh, God. And then they just found a bunch of drugs and drug paraphernalia. And they're like, yeah, all of this is yours.
This is yours, dude. This is clearly yours. Oh, my God.
It sucks. It's crazy.
So how do you feel about this coronavirus stuff that's going on?
It's, I've never seen the entire world take anything more seriously while also not taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not doing much. We are 2 feet apart.
Yeah, but we are only 2 people.
We are only 2 people. If I had just come from the airport, I would not be here.
I assumed I would not let you in this. You were just coming from the airport.
But I've had the last week off, so I should be good.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fucked up, and scary. Because, like, we've lived through, like, swine flu and bird flu and Ebola. And, like,
SARS.
Zika, SARS. Well, this is, like, SARS. This is SARS 2, technically. Because that's where the COVID thing comes from. Is like COVID-19 SARS 2, I think is the full name of it. If you guys aren't writing this down, please start writing all of this down.
Yeah, this is class now.
But it's scary.
It is.
It's something that I wasn't taking very seriously a month ago. I've been on tour for like the past month and a half.
Damn, and so you're all like, I was traveling a lot too.
I had the fucking flu. Ooh. I had the flu in early February.
Dang.
I got it when I went to St. Louis for a couple shows and felt like shit like the next day, like after the first night. And I had the flu for like 2 fucking weeks. And then I lost my voice for like 2 more weeks.
Oh, I lost my voice too during a time. Yeah.
But I got it checked. I only had type A, which is still bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Because I was afraid I'd gotten it, and I had just barely heard about it.
Right.
Then. This is like the middle of February, but...
Yeah, because I was going through like some like interview stuff, and I literally lost my voice during that time.
Yeah. It sucked. I had a lot of people telling me my voice sounded very sexy, though, which was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I enjoy any kind of attention, whether I'm dying or not.
Makes sense.
But yeah, it's like I was in Denver a couple weeks ago doing shows, and one of my shows got canceled. Surprisingly, only one of my shows. And then we did a show in Kansas City the day after that.
Okay.
And like we weren't really like, I shared a pie with like 5 other dudes. like
a full pie or like a baby
pie? We all dug in with a fork. Which is bad.
This is really bad.
In these times, we weren't doing anything. But now like there's no comedy.
Yeah.
At all. I was supposed to go.
There's no filming right now at all either.
Nothing. Yeah. Last weekend I was supposed to be in Detroit for a club. This week I was supposed to go to Boston and then go to New York and then Pittsburgh for like a week and a half.
I was
all dead. Done. I wasn't going to make any fucking money, but it was something to do.
Right.
And I also was supposed to work like last week, but they're like, "Oh, we've got to save money because we're a multi-billion-dollar company. We can't just." I don't know.
Yeah, I know, because like,
airlines are the worst.
Because I'm an associate producer for a film company.
Yeah.
And so like I was in Hawaii, and then I went from Hawaii to. I came back to Kansas City this was the end of last month.
Yeah,
middle of last month.
Okay.
And then
so you were in like Hawaii when I was like in the South.
Yeah. So I was in Hawaii for like 3 days, and then from there I went back to Kansas City for about 7 hours. I came home just to fall asleep, and then I got back up, went to the airport, went down to Arkansas.
Wow.
I was down to Arkansas, and I was in there for about 4 days. And then from Arkansas, I flew back to Kansas City. Then I like went to Chipotle and drove back to the airport, and then like flew up to North Dakota.
Shit.
And I was up there. For like 3 or 4 days, and so like I was like a big old,
as much as I have.
Yeah, I've been like a big old melting pot of people, and then like the thing is like, what's really weird though, like they have these things in North Dakota. It could be all over the United States, but since you've been traveling too, but there's like places where like people can like breastfeed their babies now.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's like a hub.
The little
like that. I'm
it's like a photo booth.
Yeah, I almost felt like, because it was like at the beginning of that Corona stuff, I'm like, I'd rather be in there than I'd be out here. Like I think this lady's fucking smart. This is like, whoever petitioned that was a smart fucking person. Like,
I'm just gonna go in there with I think you have to go in there with a baby. It's like Legoland rules. You have to have a kid if you want to.
Like, because there might be children already in there, right?
Well, because you might be a pedophile. I'm just gonna go steal a kid and some Legos.
I have a buddy that I work with, and he was like, "Yeah, John, I have a kid, and like we always go down to Legoland. I know how much you like Legos. If you ever want to come down and with us." And I'm like, "No, I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to."
I'm sure Joe could get you in.
As much as I would love to go in there and like buy some Legos. Because it's not like my desk is already 1/4 taken up. Yeah. So I have this big computer desk right over outside of the framing of the camera. And it's like
stage right.
It is about what you would say 1/3, 1/6.
It's about about 1/4 1/4, 1/3 of the entire table.
Yeah, it was just of Lego stuff.
You have a nice helicopter.
I have a helicopter.
You've got some looks like some Mad Max stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. I have some spaceship stuff.
Spaceships.
I have a guy who's on a motorcycle with samurai swords on it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I pay taxes, but I also spend a lot of that money and find ways to get write-offs on bullshit. One of the great things about being an adult, though, is like I've grown to love to like keep receipts and be able to write it off, and like every month
I need to start doing that.
I have a folder for every month,
and
then I just give it to my accountant. And I just drive it down. I'm like, all right, give me the bill later, or take it out for how much money I'm going to get back, and then we'll be good to go. Fuck off, and I just walk out. I'm like, you deal with this shit. I ain't dealing with it, and like I write everything off. I just write literally everything off.
As a comedian, I should be doing that when I go on the road, but I'm not.
You can.
I know.
And the thing is, like, you know what the greatest thing too, even like, and like allegedly, I don't know if I do this or not. It's alleged. But like, even if I go on a date, and at the end of the date, like, and I'm like paying for it, and like I've signed it, and I asked the girl, I'm like, so you think you'd ever want to be on a film project? And she's like, what? I'm like, nothing. And like,
just
counts as counts as a.
It was a meeting.
It was a meeting.
It was a business meeting. Yeah. It's fair.
It's fair.
You can write off pants you buy because that's what you wear at your job.
Yeah, these are film pants.
Yeah.
These are technically film pants because I can keep stuff in here. But no, I really do keep stuff in there. But these are film pants.
I would hope so. They're pockets.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if you're holding a bunch of shit and you're like, no, I don't want to in there. Yeah, I need to start doing. I had to rent a car and like do just eat and live on the road, and I should have.
Yeah, it's easy. Just write everything off and just keep it into folders. Like always keep it like a zip binder with you.
Yeah, and they all have dates on them.
Yeah,
so you know when it was.
And then all you gotta do is just keep like those sleeves, those plastic sleeves. Keep it on there, but like on the front of it, like with the Sharpie, right? Like January, February, March, and then literally all you have to do is just hand it to your accountant and be like, it's all in the months.
How much do you pay for your accountant to do all this stuff? Just takes it out of the thing.
Just takes it out of my so if I get like $1,000, if I get $1,000, then I'll get like $800 or something, $800 back.
I usually get I don't ever do my comedy stuff. Like put it on taxes and then anything.
Like I never pay like when it comes to like my state tax, I don't ever pay it until like I do my taxes for the next year, and then the state will just automatically take out like whatever I owe plus interest. But their interest, like I probably shouldn't be saying that, it's like $5. Yeah, it's like 14 cents.
It's the same
per
as
month.
when you register your car late.
Yeah.
It's always $5.
Yeah. It's never anything.
Everything in the government's very cheap. Mm-hmm. Thanks, government. Doing great.
But yeah, that's what I do. I never for my state taxes, I always just do that. I'm like, and I'm always like, why don't you guys just you guys know you're gonna get this like every time. You guys gonna get this. Like, don't need to keep sending me letters.
You're not important.
No, like
it's all automated. No one even knows who you are.
Yeah.
Only your middle name. John Douglas Clouser.
Yeah, this stuff like that.
It's John David.
You seen the Tiger King movie documentary that's been sweeping the world right now?
There's gonna be a GIF of a tiger running. That's gonna be the transition that we use on this. And then like a sound effect. That's a good tiger. That's a good cat. Wow.
That was a very good cat.
I got it. I still got it. I still got these chops for podcasts.
Yes,
I've seen it. I've perused.
Did you enjoy it? I thought it was the best thing that ever happened. It happened at the perfect time too.
Oh god, it really did. It distracted us from everything
for a solid 7 hours.
I do think that Netflix does they will time stuff based on what's going on economically and socially. Mm-hmm. So the fact, and I know that there was probably a release date for this, but nobody fucking cared about what it was. They didn't know who these people were. But as soon as they dropped it, they're like, "This is a fucking nightmare show. You guys are gonna love it.
You're gonna love this. It's nothing but a train wreck."
Put it out constantly because they knew it was gonna work.
I saw a meme yesterday, and it was when someone asks you what the Tiger King documentary is about, it's basically a gay Joe Dirt who's high on meth that feeds old meat from Walmart to tigers. That's pretty much what it is. And I'm like, that's the greatest elevator pitch to anything I've ever heard, ever.
My favorite part was when he was trying to run for governor of Arkansas or whatever.
He got 19%. I was so. That's the shocking part of the whole movie was the fact that he got 19%.
Like the internet video that he put up or whatever, the video he put up on the internet. He was like, "I'm broke as shit. I love drugs. Vote for me." It's like I'm gay as hell. I'm broke as shit. Like, this is the best thing.
With a tiger.
And he's just like in a cage with a tiger. I love it.
And then the girl lost her arm. And which, you know what the fucked up thing is, when I watched it for the first time, I didn't notice that she lost her arm until they cut to the master shot.
I don't think they showed it.
They did. You saw her with a nub. They showed her with a nub. Yeah, but I was so intrigued. You don't pay any attention because I was so because you walk
Unless
into
you're like
it
really into hands.
You literally walk into that documentary.
Yeah.
Like with just being, it's like walking into a room and someone just soccer punched you, and like you don't know what's going on the rest of the time, and just there's no chill in that documentary.
Absolutely none. Because I mean, the whole time there's this like subplot that
this lady may or may not have her first husband to a tiger.
Husband.
There is no body.
For the money. It's a very Anna Nicole Smith thing.
Yeah.
But
minus tigers for Anna Nicole Smith.
Well, we don't know that.
True.
She had the money.
She could have had tigers. She probably did have tigers.
Oh, Anna Nicole Smith had tigers. What do you think killed her?
Tigers.
Drugs. It was definitely drugs. Barbiturates, probably. But yeah, the whole fucking thing was a roller coaster that never went down.
Yeah.
It was just this, which I don't know, like, it was just completely forever rising.
It was intense.
Is that a scary part of the roller coaster? I don't like roller coasters.
I don't like roller coasters either. I don't think anybody
I get motion sickness. I would prefer if it was a roller coaster that just went up and then stopped, and then we took the stairs down.
And we just walked off of it.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Thanks, guys. Come again. Thanks, guys. Come again. You want more beer?
I guess, man. Yeah,
all
sure.
Right. I'm going to have to walk. You talk.
I'll talk. I'll talk. John's gonna go. I'm gonna do play by play of John getting beer in his as he pulls the curtains back to reveal all the people listening to the show behind the curtains. He's gonna go in this room that has a bunch of chairs and stuff. It's like a living room, but there's also like this this mini fridge that he stole from a hotel. It's like that big, and it's just big enough to house 4.5 beers, and I'm working on my 4th. And there he is. There's the boy. Oh, the king. Oh boy. Oh no. You're gonna kill me.
I just grabbed a bunch because I don't
this is this Fuck Buddies podcast is sponsored by Bud Light.
Sponsored by a lot of stuff.
Sponsored by Tiger King. On Netflix, you can stream it on Netflix now.
This is the most unprofessional podcast ever.
Good, man. That's I like that you. Oh shit. I like that you're letting it loose. You know, it's fun.
The old producer who produced the Beer and Friendship show would never have allowed that.
Oh god.
But this older gentleman does not give two fucks.
The funniest thing that I've ever seen is you stuffing the air ducts with wash rags to stop the sound.
You have to stop the sound so you don't hear that swishing when we're talking.
And then we were just like, and it was right above us too. So it was like the dead of summer.
It would be so hot in that fucking basement.
Like sweating balls. I was like 270 pounds, like fucking swollen from alcohol.
That was not the smartest moment of my life.
Oh god,
at all.
We'd have to go outside for like a reprieve.
Yeah.
Like just to get a breeze or something.
The great thing about that was that it was the best set we ever had.
It was, yeah.
Because we had the lights that were from the back, but we also had those two pillar things.
We had the TV behind us. I liked when we were setting, kind of like we are now, like kind of.
But on that big tip, yeah.
Face to it, and all the shit was in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because the episode I watched.
Because I had like all the production stuff on my side, and then you had you, and then the guest would be on your side.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, the one I watched the other day was where we wore your mom's vests.
Oh yeah, she got so mad. I was
slopped with
asleep.
sweat.
I was asleep. She comes barging down to my room at maybe 7:00 in the morning. She's like, if
She's
you
been awake for 2
think
hours.
it's funny to wear my stuff and then make fun of me, you have another thing coming. And things we never made fun of her. We just wore it.
No,
But
I like that. That
She
was pretty
assumed,
cool.
but the fact that we wore that means that we were making fun of her.
There's nothing wrong with men wearing women's clothing.
No, not at all. And so I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny idea.
It was great.
Because
we took one of her books, the nursing thing, and put it smack dab. We did books every week.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love that. That was so much fun.
Because we had all those books in the very
So
in that
many
back,
of them. And there was just, and it was
storage.
a mixture of your mom's medical shit.
Mm-hmm.
Was she
and
a nurse or something?
Yeah, doctor.
So, a nurse doctor.
Mm-hmm.
She only worked on nurses. And then it was all the westerns where they would fuck.
Yeah, and then all the
Great.
Yeah, all those old love
Perfect.
books things.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, she was very upset with the fact that we
That's so funny.
that
That's
we
the
did
only
that.
I hate being mean to older people. But just the fact that you were in front of me kind of guarding all this shit from me made it okay for me to be mean to your mom.
Yeah.
Even though I have no real problem with your mom.
We weren't being mean. We were just wearing it to be ironic and be stupid. So because we thought maybe we
she
get
doesn't
people.
understand how cool we are.
Yeah. Do you understand that we were trying to?
If that didn't get viewers, I don't know what.
What else is going to get viewers?
We had Fuck Rock. We
Which
had the
is
Tiki Head
over there. It's all that stuff's way in the back corner.
the next show, I'll be holding Fuck Rock.
You want to see Fuck Rock?
The whole time. Yeah, bring up Fuck Rock. Fuck Rock is a beautiful. I believe it's called a geyzote. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, look at this.
The Fuck Rock.
Wow.
You're holding it upside down.
You can't hold a rock upside down. So it doesn't have a body. To get on, what are we called? Fuck buddies? To get on fuck buddies, you have to fuck the rock. And that's why it looks like there's blood in here. It's because there is.
It's been fucked.
This thing is terrifying. Have you seen that movie? I can't remember.
Trimmers?
No. Oh, that's very similar. But it's about the girl who has teeth in her vagina.
No.
I want to say it's called.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Something dentata. Because
Okay.
that's the Latin word for teeth. Hence the name dentists. That's why dentists always put your teeth in their vaginas. But no, it was about this girl who was possessed by this. I want to say it was possessed. I don't know how to rationalize it because I haven't seen the whole movie.
Right.
And I don't know the backstory. But basically, anybody who fucked her
Got their dick cut off.
eaten off by the vagina.
Interesting.
I think. Again, I've not seen the whole movie. I'm putting it together in my head. What would happen? Vagina dentata, I think is what it was called. It makes sense because vagina is a Latin word already, I think. We can call the podcast Vagina Dentata. Just review that movie every time. You know what would be a fun idea?
I haven't had a Bud Light in a long time.
Why'd you have them in your thing?
Because, so my landlords, they don't drink beer, but they had a half a refrigerator, a full refrigerator. Two refrigerators are half full of beer.
Wow.
And they're just you can just start. We don't drink any of this, and it's just sitting here.
Wild.
And I'm I will start taking some of this and get it off your hands.
I'll start drinking Bud Light because it's free.
I'm he was do you like Bud Light? I'm he's it's free. I'm I love Bud Light. I love it. There's two things I love. I love beer.
Mm-hmm.
I really love free beer.
That's it. That's the only two. Top two.
Yeah.
Your top two is the same as my top two.
Nice. I guess we shouldn't because of the corona.
Yeah, you're right.
We shouldn't do that either. Actually.
Come on, touch my thing. No, imagine. I have a good idea for a podcast. It's a podcast where you watch the same movie every time, but you watch it on a different kind of drug.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
That's a good idea.
I'm
never gonna do it.
No,
but I think it's a good idea.
I remember the first time I did LSD. I didn't know I was doing LSD.
What do you think you were doing?
No, I didn't know I was doing LSD because it was on strawberry. It was on not strawberries, but it was on Starbursts.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is, I should have thought about this. I should have thought that because they were unwrapped Starbursts and they're sitting on the unopened store wrapper.
Presented.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool.
What were you doing?
It's artist stuff. I was over because I did a movie, a short film.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we
had the after party. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta go to your cool parties, man.
And I was like, oh, that's so cool. He's like, oh, John, you should.
I love Starburst.
Like, how many do you eat? I'm like, I ate 3 at one time. He's like, you're gonna be fucked up for a while, bro. I'm like, off what? He's like, LSD.
Starburst.
I'm like, LSD. I'm like,
wow.
Are you serious? I'm like, I've never done LSD, man. He's like, have you done mushrooms? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's nothing like that.
Way worse.
It's way worse.
It's so much longer. Yeah. It'll last forever. I've had an LSD tab on my nightstand for months because I don't have 12 hours.
I don't have 12 hours to set aside because you're gonna have to put 12 hours aside. Yeah. Oh
no, man! I've only done acid once. And I feel like I talked about it on the podcast. It was when you and I were still living together.
Yeah, the bat wasn't. There's some bats, right?
My sunglasses I thought were bats. It was during the Royals when they were playing the Blue Jays in the ALCS. I just watched a video about that today. This quarantine is really ruining all of us. I'm fucking sitting in my bed crying at like 5-year-old videos of Royals
winning
the World Series. Yeah, of course I'll cry.
And don't they have like a new owner now and everything?
Yeah, they're gonna be terrible for a little bit. They'll be good, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. But I've also had a mushroom for months, like since
you have mushroom.
I've had one mushroom.
Oh,
I got it from.
Can you get high up? You're gonna get a body like a tingle.
I've never done mushrooms.
Oh, you've never done mushrooms.
So it'll be like it's a microdose, but it'll be like 4 or 5 hours of something. So like if I have the next 2 weeks off, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have anything else to do.
If you can get some more mushrooms.
I know who. I'll tell you who gave it to me, and they'll give you some. Because they're people we went to high school with.
Really?
Yeah.
Your grade or my grade?
Both.
Really?
They're a couple. Put the pieces together. It's very easy. One of them is one of my best friends. One of them is somebody that you were probably friends with too. They live in Waldo.
Rivery?
What?
Your cousin? Is your cousin?
Which one's my cousin?
The one that starts with an H? And she has a bunch of like brothers and sisters.
Say the name because you're wrong.
Hillary?
No.
Okay. I was like, damn. I'm like, there's a fucking still. I'm like, what?
I wouldn't be surprised, but it is Hillary's friend.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't, but. Oh.
They had one.
How is she doing? I haven't seen her.
They're doing fine. Well, I hung out with them.
Is she still dating Tim?
Yeah. So
they're still together?
Yeah, they have a house.
What?
In Waldo, yeah. So I
wait, Tim, because is Tim still working in Peculiar?
I
know he's still working.
Say it's closer.
Okay.
I think
because he was working for some industry.
He was working like Raymore Peculiar or whatever, Raytown or whatever the fuck Ray.
Yeah, Raymore Peculiar. I think that's where it was.
Yeah, like the grain place or whatever.
Yeah. He's an engineer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Him and then Matt is is Matt still an engineer?
He's at Phillips 66. Yeah.
Yeah, still.
In like SoCal. Yeah.
In like
not SoCal.
Oakland.
He lives in like San Jose, I think, close to San Jose.
Yeah, Oakland.
It's not SoCal. Yeah.
Or did he move?
They moved south of the Bay Area, but they're still in they're in the suburbs of the Bay Area.
Is he still dating that one girl?
Yeah. Sarah.
Fuck him. Yeah, good for him. Because I haven't talked to Matt in a quick minute.
He sent me a picture the other day of a shirt that he saw on Instagram, and it said basically the gist of it was when you get to heaven, you can finally kill God. Or something like that. I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this
awesome. I love this.
But yeah, I've had a mushroom in my room. I think I hung out with him in like September.
Is Tim good?
It's been a while. Yeah,
God, I love that kid.
We just talked last night.
I love that kid.
He checked in, which was nice. I always forget to check in on people when this shit goes on. You know,
I do too.
I'm bad at this. I'm a bad friend.
Actually, I was going to talk to you about that. Like, do you ever just call your friends?
I don't call them, but if I was, I've had this thing since I was a little kid where I don't even think about talking to people because I don't want to bother them.
Exactly.
You know
I have the same thing too.
But then those people are like, we want to talk to you.
Like, really?
You know
Why?
I mean? Yeah.
like,
crazy.
I'm a piece of shit.
Crazy. Well, it's just like you have other stuff you're doing.
Yeah,
you're
like
adult,
I'm like,
you know?
okay, maybe
but
because
also,
you
like
have
they're doing as much as we are right now. Nothing.
But like I have maybe because I might have the same mindset as you in this sense. Like because like you're an artist, like you're trying to be a comedian. I'm trying to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I kind of think of myself like I would say at least 80% of the time I think I'm a pile of shit. Because I'm like,
just because you're an artist.
Because I'm an artist, like yeah, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm smart enough to not do this.
I feel like, and this is probably just like my own view on it, but as an artist, I respect anybody else who does shit.
Yeah,
and because maybe because they're not, I expect other people to respect artists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I think because it's like. Such an endeavor, like it's so complicated and hard.
It's so
constantly.
hard.
It's constantly
every
hard.
time. Because even when you get to some place like a
Anywhere.
peak, you're still gonna get kicked in the nuts.
Even when you get to start finally headlining clubs, then coronavirus happens, and you're like, oh wow, all right, cool.
Thanks, guys.
Guess I don't get to go to Detroit and Pittsburgh. Fuck.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Charlotte right now.
Ooh,
I know.
I don't think I've ever been to Charlotte.
Neither have I.
I've been to
You know what'd be awesome? You know what'd be awesome? Charlotte would have been awesome to go to because I've never been there. And then I was supposed to be in Omaha next weekend.
I love Omaha.
Yeah, I love Omaha too.
God,
dude, do you know I fucked that black girl?
I know.
All for a long time. For a solid period. We dated. We were
what
like
was her name?
Indigo. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, Indigo. I've already said
Indigo?
Her name was Indigo.
A beautiful name.
Yeah, it was a beautiful name. She was a beautiful woman
she
too.
Made
I was
real blue, huh?
I was a dumb shit with that one. Like she really liked me, and I was just kind of like, I'm good, bye.
So
and I
what
just
was it like being in like a long distance thing then?
It didn't bother. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was because it was like it was such a cool story.
Far.
No, and it was a cool story because like her friend was the one who originally hit on me.
Yeah.
And I got her number,
mm-hmm.
and then I was like, and then I went up to see her and hang out with that girl.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Hey, just to let you know, like, would you care if like my friend hung out with us?" And I'm like, "Oh." I thought it was kind of weird, and but she's like, "It's the girl that was at the comedy club," like, and it was a black girl. I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
Right,
I'm like, I don't care. And I started just talking to her, and the white girl got pissed off.
Really?
Yeah, she ran away, and I'm like, "You have to come back because my drone's in your car. My really expensive drone is in your car."
Oh shit. Well, the reason I ask is because I'm talking to a girl who lives in Tennessee, who like is a comic, and I've known her
forever.
No, not forever, but she's like
a decent amount of time
since last year.
Right.
And I went through Knoxville, and we've been talking since, and it's like getting pretty, into a thing. And the only reason we don't I was supposed to fly over there
this
past weekend last weekend because Corona.
Yeah.
And we were just like, you do everything you can to fucking meet up with these people.
And the thing is like, it's so, you gotta understand, it's really easy for you because like you work for an airline.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think long distance are that hard, especially like for me, like I work bullshit jobs if I'm not in the industry, working in the industry.
Yeah, you just do food shit and whatever.
And so like right now, like since like I'm grounded and I can't go traveling for my job, I'm working for a retirement place and I'm cooking for old people.
You're cooking for old people?
Yeah.
It's not bad. They love everything.
I'm getting paid good
Give
money.
Give them peas and lima beans. They love it.
You're right. That's what we did. I put in a pasta and put some chicken in it, in a Alfredo sauce, some chicken, some thick noodles. Knock that shit out.
Old people are monsters.
Yeah, and they ate that. They eat that shit.
You think they'd want something better on their deathbed?
Yeah, but like even like now, because like for me, because I have to pay full fare.
Yeah,
like I do those bullshit airline. If it's in the United States, yeah, it's not that much money. Yeah,
I mean, but if it's like Omaha. I just drive.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. It's like especially
it's all just I-35 north or whatever.
And especially for me, it's like I'm a filmmaker, so I stop at like stops, take some pictures, do some little video, talking to it, bullshit.
Like abandoned barns and shit, just fluttering around.
Yeah,
like a butterfly
flying around. But yeah, it's not that bad.
This is my first.
I recommend it. It's pretty cool. And I don't know if you're like me. So as an artist or trying to become one, like you have to be selfish doing this.
Sure, yeah.
And so like you have to have a lot of alone time to be able to process or to do what you have to do to be able to make something.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of like long distance relationships are perfect because they're not around. And that's shitty to say.
This is what I like about it too. It's like
but it's true. They're not around all the time.
But
I need to be alone.
They're not. It is convenient in that way.
Yeah, I have to be alone like 60% of the time. I need to be alone a lot.
Yeah.
I hunker down in this little area a lot.
Yeah. Right now it's driving me crazy, but I do like the alone time. But like, I just like having somebody to talk to.
Yeah,
a lot. You know, that's cool.
But I can jerk off to it. I can jerk off to her pictures and stuff.
Whether it's face to face or like through the cell phone. Because nowadays, like, you know, it's not like the 50s where you have to fucking long distance was like a real problem.
Yeah, you had to get cards and stuff. You can stay
connected with these people, and she's a comedian too, so she's newer, but like she's just getting into, you know, going out and getting out and doing all that shit. So like we both understand all this different angles. That's got to be helpful. Of it. Yeah, it's because I date like doctors, lawyers. I had a lawyer tell me recently. You just go to Mensa and hit on women.
Yeah, I had a lawyer recently tell me, she's like, "Are you asexual?" And I'm like, "Why do you say that?" Really? And she's like, "Because you don't seem like you're like you don't like to be touched and you don't like to like be in around a lot of people at a lot of times. Like you're really weird. Like you're a lot different. Like one-on-one versus like when we go out and have drinks with like our friends, because you don't say shit then."
Really?
I don't.
You're pretty quiet around strangers?
Because they're doctors and lawyers, and they ask me like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I do film stuff and podcasts." And
all you have is your personality in front of those fucking turds.
They're
just
fucking
let
cunts.
The personality fly. Because I had to deal with that shit with like my ex's friends. Like they were all, no matter what they did, it was more important than whatever. I'm like a part-time employee at an airline. Who fucking cares?
Right.
And I do comedy in Kansas City. Who fucking cares?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Like you don't want to talk to me. You're good. You're better off not talking to me.
I'm just like fucking be funny, and then I didn't give a fuck. Like they were just like, "Oh, you're cool," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm above you right now.
I'm cool.
This is a fight to the finish for me. I'm gonna try to beat you in whatever I can. If I like you, if I waste breath on you,
yeah,
you have to be like it's like a fucking gauntlet.
It is.
People. You got to be an asshole.
You can only handle so much because like I date some of these women that like will go out and hang out with their friends. So when you're not doing your film stuff, you're like a sous chef. I'm like, yeah, like how much does that make? I'm like, why in the fuck do you care?
They ask you that?
Yeah, they ask.
Oh God.
Because these people I was dating this I was dating this eye doctor. And this is a great thing that like a segue into like bad breakups like that. So like she was like, you know, she had me come over one night after she had a girls' night. Mm-hmm. And we were like, she came over. She like was all like lovey-dovey on me because like she drank a little bit. She started getting naked, and like she like straddled me. She was naked, and I was still fully clothed, like I was wearing right now. And I'm like, and she's like, she's like kissing me. She's like, you know, John, like you're such a great guy. And I'm like, thank you. And she's like, you know, it's just that like, but she's like, there's just so many things that like make us so different. I'm like, I know that's what makes it so cool because you're a doctor, and I'm just like this entrepreneur guy with I'm a sous chef. I'm like this long hair and shit. And she's like, you know, like it's just like there's some racial stuff too and religion and like some like religion stuff.
She's
and I'm like,
you're Islamic and I'm Christian.
She's like, well, I'm Southern Baptist Islamic. And like I know you're Jewish or something. And like she's like, it is not like and like I'm black and like black people are loud sometimes and like, but the thing is like you're kind of sneaky and like you can be,
what?
I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
I'm like let it go, John, let it go.
Are
because
you dating Dwight Naylor?
I'm like, let it go because like this is gonna be a great story. And she's naked. She's a beautiful black woman and she's naked, but she's just belligerently like just beating me down.
You're Jewish and sneaky. One of those things that
I fucked with her. I still had sex with her. I still had sex with her though.
Oh my God.
And I felt like, but I was doing it for Moses. I was doing it for all the slaves that built the pyramids or may not have built the pyramids. I don't know.
No, they didn't.
But the thing is, Pat
from Saturday Night Live, the sexually ambiguous character that Julius Sweeney played.
I was gonna say Passover, but it's not Passover. Or like Passover. I know, but like that celebrates like the freedom of from being a slave from Egypt, and so
fake.
Yeah, but
The
it's a
Egyptians
little
kept a lot of records. So they destroyed the records, which could have happened. Who knows?
But you know how weird it feels being half Egyptian, though? Like having
No, I don't.
you know how it feels to be half Egyptian?
It would be pretty weird if I found out I was half Egyptian. Like, wow, cool.
It was weird for me. Like, that is awesome. I was like, that's great.
You're the most exotic person I've ever known.
Yeah. I usually tend to be.
I feel weird calling you exotic.
I know, because I look like just a random white dude.
Well, no, it just sounds fucked up to call anybody exotic at all. You know
well, Joe does. Joe calls him exotic. Exotic Joe. Or exotic.
He's got the tribal tattoos. The funny thing about Joe Exotic is that he only fucked dudes with tribal tattoos. And also meth. He only fucked dudes on meth.
Yeah. What's so weird, though, his first husband, like, how, like, through the whole interview, he never had a shirt on. And no one, like...
I don't think that was weird. I think that was perfectly normal for those kinds of people. It made perfect sense.
Like, we'll just leave it. Like,
I did think about it when I first saw him. I was like, what the why?
Why does he not have a shirt
just
on?
Put a shirt. You
Yeah,
have
you
have a shirt and all the other pictures and shit. Like, no, I gotta show off these guns.
These things.
These
tattoos.
Fucking tats.
But yeah, what I want to talk to you about was like bad breakups. That was like one of the weird, because like we had a breakup. There was, because I was known as like the Jewish dude in her group.
You're not Jewish. Did you tell? The funny thing about you is that you. I was telling my friend the other day, is because we were talking about the post I made about your podcast. I was like, yeah, we're gonna make the podcast again, and they were like, what did I say? Because I've talked about you before, and you were adopted. I told her that I was like, yeah, well, he told his mom that. Well, she was like, are you gay? Because you lived in West Hollywood and you lifted weights. That was it.
My mom was like,
can't do that.
My mom was like, you know, she's like, no one that's your size, they're either gay or they're on
your
steroids.
Your mom is calling you a twink.
Yeah. Like, no one lives in West Hollywood.
And then he was just like, yeah, but he's not. It was like, you really run with a bit. I think there's something admirable about it, but also like,
let's go with it. Like, fuck it, let's go with it.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a story
I imagine,
in this.
Like, she said you were Jewish to her friends as a joke, and then they were like, oh, you're Jewish, and you were like, yeah, of course.
I'm like, why not?
I have a podcast. I have to talk about this eventually. Yeah. Naylor's gonna hit me up drunk one night and be like, hey, let's do a podcast.
We're gonna eventually
in 5
do this
days.
Shit. We're gonna eventually start doing this again on a consistent basis.
So tell me about your breakup.
That was it. That was like one of the weird ones, or that one.
Was
and
this
I
the girl
got
you were
told
with the last time I was around here.
Might have been. I don't know. And then I dated the lawyer girl, and she told me I was asexual because like we were drinking one night. I don't know why. I was like, we were drinking one night, and then like at a bar, and then I went back to her place, and we were just smoking pot and like getting more drunk. We were just drinking more drinks. That's what you drink. Drinking more drinks. And she was like, you know, she's then like, I was gonna leave because I had to get up early the next morning for a film shoot. And she's like, well, do you want to stay for a little bit longer and make out? I'm like, no, not really.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I just said that. I was just like,
it's very like.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good.
Reaction,
I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to do that.
I need to go home.
And then she next morning she texts me and she's like, are you asexual? I'm like, what? And she's like, well, you're just always so quiet and you just never make moves anymore.
I think she was technically asking you if you were autistic.
Yeah. I'm like,
you're always so quiet and weird. And you didn't want to make out with me when I asked you about it.
I'm like, and like thing is like, we weren't boyfriend girlfriend. We were kind of just talking, but I'm like, I wasn't really into her. And like I've learned lately is that like I'm not into at all. If I don't see anything at all, I just immediately go to like, I'm gonna just destroy this. I'm gonna nuke this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you like dig your hole deep enough, you need that ladder to like, but also if you like set the ladder on fire, and you know, like you might do. Because
I'm not. Well, a lot of I feel like more I go for now is like for the story.
Oh, buddy. You're a real journalist now.
And I'm like, I'm just going to lead into this and hard. Well, yeah, sure, I'm asexual. No.
Are you an asexual Jew? Yes. Sorry.
That's what I do. But yeah, that was like a weird thing. And then I was watching the Dodgers lose in Game 7 against Boston. No, against Boston.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I was getting broken up with during that time too. And I was like watching it, and then she like. The funny thing with her though is that she would always be like, I always feel like you're always like, I can see in your eye when you you get a spark of like, oh, that could be a story.
Really?
She's like, because you're never really here. Yeah, she's like, you're never really here. She was a therapist. She was she had a doctorate in psychology. Oh, and she read through me so easy. It was.
I would have fallen in love with her immediately.
I did. I fell in love with her too. I did. I fell in love with her hard. I was like, I love you so much, and like we would have. Like, she fucked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like she fucked me because she was a lesbian before. Like she was in a relationship with this girl for like 3 years, and
okay, cool.
I was the first guy she was fucking after that whole thing, and so I got all that rebound fucking.
Wow.
Like so she was fucking me.
Wow.
And she pulled out and she showed me all this like the strap-ons and the dildos that her and her girlfriend had, and she pulled out this huge fucking strap-on. I swear to God, this thing was fucking a solid 10 inches. Wow. And she's like, I bought this. It was like
thick
about
as the microphone.
About like that. Like,
Jesus
about
Christ.
About that. And she was like, and this is her exact words. She's like, I bought this for my girlfriend, but we broke up. Never got to use it. And I'm like, well, you're never gonna get to use it. Sorry. I picked it up. I held it. I shook the shit out of it. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I threw it down.
The girl I'm talking to now, like back to butt stuff, is like, I've never done done anal.
Okay.
But I have licked the butt.
Okay.
Very drunk at a sex party. I was at a sex party. Mom.
What?
Mom, I was at a sex party.
Aaron Naylor went to a sex
party?
party?
Raytown. Yeah,
okay.
It was a Halloween sex party. I think it was Raytown.
Were you dating someone, or was it the past girl that was on one of our the old?
Yeah, the one that never aired. Thank God. The first two guests of that were couldn't have been a worse combination of people. That
her, and then who was the other? Was
Tris? Yeah.
Okay.
God, I'll tell you. I'll probably tell you this off air.
Okay.
But yeah, so this girl I'm talking to, she's a dirty little minx. You know what I mean? She's great. Love talking to her. She's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about putting a finger up me old beehole. You know what I mean?
I've never done that.
I'm optimistic, cautiously.
That's true. Also, that cautiousness is what kept me away from it.
I don't know what it's like down there at all. I've stuck my finger up there just when I pooped, just to get it all out. But we'll see.
Interesting. I mean, like,
I've never really explored anything that much sexually, so I am interested to do some stuff. You know what I mean? I'm almost 30. I've got nothing to lose.
Not at this point.
I've already paid for half an abortion. Why not pay for a full abortion? You know what I mean? We'll talk about that off screen.
Well, you don't want to talk about that's like that seems like something that you talked about on here.
It's pretty straightforward, honestly. It went pretty.
Was it with the last girl? It was. Was it with the one girl I met?
It wasn't.
Okay, it was just someone random.
Sure.
Okay, sure, John.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the green room.
In the green room after this.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. Not really. Kind of.
Can be. It's not a big deal.
Sure. I have no problem with it, but also I don't like people putting stuff in me.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm fine.
I've never been a fan of that either.
I need to gain her trust. So that'll be something that takes some time, which I think is fine. That's a normal thing sexually. It's not something that we bust out the first night.
White girl? Black girl?
She's white.
Asian?
Yeah. She's white.
Nice.
She's she's great.
She's great. That's good.
Yeah, she's great. She's very funny too. Thank God.
That's always good. Especially if like you can just like
I can't like anybody as a friend or as a lover or anything if they're not remote. If I can't even tell that they're remotely funny. I can't. I fucking hate them. Like it's not even. There's no in between. Okay, no in between at all. Because that's like the filter you put up as a comedian. Like you have to hang out with all these fucking nightmares of people, and then like every now and then there's these few good people that come in, and they become your friends. You're like, oh, good. 2 out of 10's not bad.
It's true. Yeah, I mean? Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And then there's like 8 people you fucking hate.
Yeah.
The numbers don't like they're so fucking they're awful.
I shouldn't say this. I'm not gonna say anyone's name, but like there's a lot of like I understand why film like directors are such like a lot of them like kind of get the rep of being a deal hole. Dude,
they
filmmaker
have to deal with pretentious pieces of shit all the time.
But like for me hanging out with another filmmaker, I hate it. I can't stand it. I can't stand hanging out with other filmmakers. Like director wise, like if you're trying to be like at my end of like, you know, making stuff like at high, like this, having equipment, like I can't handle these kind of
you're
people.
all on this like same plane of existence. Like, you know, in your own, art, but no one's going to agree on everything.
No,
you have to have like this vague understanding of what you like. And then you hopefully get those people into that net.
Yeah,
catch those fish.
Well, that's just why I like hanging out. Like when we were doing the podcast, when we were doing a lot of other comedians, I love that.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved hanging out with.
Because I would only invite the ones that I like.
Yeah, which is probably the best thing to do.
Yeah,
that's probably why I like them. Because like those were some good people.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're good.
Some of them aren't good anymore, but some of them are decent. Most of them are pretty nice.
I'm gonna have to ask you which ones aren't.
Yeah, I've got a few. I've got some in my head right now, but you know, people change. Fine, whatever.
It's fine.
But like we talk about this all the time, like not you and I, but like the scene, the idea of like cliques in like scenes, especially like in comedy. It's like there can be such a divide between these different groups of people,
right?
And people accuse like the friends that I have, you know, them and I, of like having a clique.
Right.
We're not a clique. We're friends because we're funny.
Yeah, we enjoy each other's funniness.
Just look at like statistically. If you look at the numbers, like this is the sabermetrics of comedy. Look at the numbers of like who's getting booked as opposed to who's not. The majority of them would be in the clique that I'm in.
Okay, yeah. Then you're just working.
Some of them wouldn't. You know, some of them wouldn't. Some, you know, you don't have to be super fucking funny all the time. You can just be a decent person.
Right.
Which is very important.
Totally.
So, like any comedians watching, you don't have to be that funny. Be a good hang, but also have like 2 jokes that are good. Something. Please have 2 jokes.
Yeah, the biggest thing is like you have to be a good hang.
2 jokes. Yeah, that's the most important thing in comedy.
Yeah,
easily.
Especially in filmmaking
and just
too.
In general.
Yeah, you have to be a good hang.
Just like a fucking bummer to be around.
Like,
nobody wants to be around that. With you. God, gross, disgusting.
So like the friends that you went to high school with, like I guess none of them have kids, do they yet? I guess because like all my friends have kids. Well, I guess Tyler and Evan don't, and I don't.
I'm surprised Tyler doesn't have a kid. He's been with the same girl for a while, right?
I
think he's married. He's married.
No, he's not.
What?
No, Tyler's not married.
I saw Michael Hoffman.
He just had he had a boy.
Yeah, well, I saw him.
Boy and a girl now. A girl and a boy.
McCaffrey and Sarah before our 10-year reunion last year. It was like in November or something. And Hoffman happened to be there because it was like he's like in our rugby team or something.
Right.
And they all met up there, and it was cool to see him.
O'Malley's or Bunkhouse?
It was at Strange Days in River Market. Strange Days Brewery. Yeah, it was in Kansas City. It's weird to see people that like, you know, Weston people in
the city.
Kansas City.
Yeah. Because a lot of them choose not to ever come here.
Which sucks. It's a great city to be a part of.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I would never want to live in bumfuck where we lived.
No. Weston is cool for like a small town. They have a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like,
but it's only cool for a moment.
Have you ever compared like the cool shit in Weston to like the stuff in Platte City?
Oh yeah.
Platte City doesn't even have like a downtown. Everything there is like commercialized, like
just like
fast food shit.
Like the Walmart, or not the Walmart, but the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, and like Tanner's, and
that's like the main bar there.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I had an interview with them to become, their kitchen
social
manager,
really?
kitchen manager, and I was like, "Fuck that." I saw what I had to do and how much money I was going to get paid.
It's like a local Applebee's.
I was like, "Fuck you,
Stinks.
Fuck that." I was not going to do that. Yeah,
Food's all right. Food's fine. But like, yeah, Platte City is just like, I don't know. In a lot of the other towns, like Liberty has some cool shit. They've got some breweries and stuff, I think. But
Liberty's growing a shit ton.
It's huge, yeah. But Weston is like still under 2,000 people, and we have a brewery. We have a fucking distillery that's like the oldest one in Missouri. We have like a bunch of cool bars. Some of them aren't cool, but they're cool.
JRs.
RJs.
Is that what it is? RJs? JRs.
I like that you use the code name. This is what we use to not get in trouble in Weston. But like you got O'Malley's. You can just go to fucking O'Malley's.
Yeah.
It's like 3 different bars down there. You got fucking Bunkhouse, which is fine.
Is it up again or?
Oh, they had like a water problem or whatever.
Did they?
But I think they're.
No, I thought they got burned down. I thought the thing burned down
I think
or something.
They're fine.
Okay.
I think
something happened, or like the ownership changed, or something happened.
Luke Wetzel's mom owns it. Chrissy.
Okay, Luke had a kid.
He did. Yeah. Congrats, Luke. I don't know. I can't think of anybody that I went to like that in my friend group in my grade that has kids. I know like the only ones.
Madison.
She doesn't count. She's a cousin.
That's true.
I'm talking like Corey, Logan.
How's Corey doing?
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Really?
Him and his mom moved to the Ethans.
What happened to the dad?
Oh, he died like 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
he
Mike
passed
died.
away.
I don't know. I think he had a heart attack. He had heart problems like
really.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. But,
He was a good guy. He was a baseball coach of mine, growing in elementary.
Right, yeah.
Because Corey and I were on the same team one year.
I don't remember Corey playing baseball.
Yeah. Well, I do because I was on the same team with him.
That's probably why, because we were on different teams. But yeah, I can't think of. I know Logan Fannon's married
again
to Jessica. Well, he's only married once.
Oh, I was thinking of the other Logan.
Oh, McAllen.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. What a whirlwind.
Yeah. I was gonna want to talk about it, but we just said his name, so I don't want to. I don't want to tell the whole story now.
Logan. Yeah, good for him. Whatever.
Like what happened? What happened to the other?
He got married to another person.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they had their own kid. I like to think that there's like a mutual thing with.
Are they okay with each other?
Okay. I don't know. I hope they are.
Because like what happened was fucked up.
Well, because like the only alternative is that she doesn't like him anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's like who he is.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
No.
Because like we were vaguely friends, she and I in
high
high school.
Yeah. Oh, I was really good friends with Logan.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I was really, really good friends.
Logan's
like he spent
great.
the night all the time.
Yeah.
Which now looks weird because
it's fine.
No, it sounds weird like in that sense of like not explaining anything, and then like
sure.
it just sounds like like We're
getting into some interesting territory.
But yeah, he feel free. That's all yours if you want it.
Oh boy, here we go. But yeah,
if you want, I don't care.
I'll take it.
I love this, Aaron.
I got a manager.
You have a
I got
manager.
a comedy manager.
Do you really?
I can't believe this? I'm a real comedian now.
So it means it helps you with getting better gigs, right? Does it? Do you want an opener?
I've got it. It's a twist tab.
Fuck twist tabs.
So what happened was
fuck all tabs.
I got a manager, and she's like a real LA manager. It's like a real person, which is pretty.
Is she looking for more talent? Maybe she'll give me more film stuff. Maybe she'll give me some film shit.
No. So I was supposed to, you know who Ron Funches is? He's a comedian. He used to be on a show for a few seasons on NBC. I don't remember. I think it was, I don't remember what it's called. But he's had like a Comedy Central special and shit. He's kind of a big deal.
Okay.
But I was going to feature for him at the Comedy Club, the new one down on State Line.
Oh, there's a new comedy club.
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Well,
I did not know this.
Probably not for long because of the pandemic. More like damn, Demic.
Damn, Daniel.
You're ruining all these people's lives.
Yeah, you're really fucking shit up if
Anyway,
you're watching
this was
Corona.
in like November, I think.
Okay.
And I was going to feature for him, which is pretty cool. And his manager called, and she told the owner of the club, she was like, yeah, he's bringing his own feature. So I got demoted to host.
Okay, which is
fine,
shitty,
whatever.
but you're still on the list.
It just means less work and less money.
Yeah.
But then the owner, bless his heart, was like, well, I had this guy who was going to feature for him. His name's Aaron Naylor. And then she was like, all right, well, send me a video of him or whatever. And then she looked me up and was like, I want to represent him.
Nice.
And then that just like.
And she's like, you need to have me now make more videos of you so you have more videos, more up-to-date
I do
videos.
want you to come. My plan is to start like a bunch of other shows in Kansas City. Because I already got like fucking 4 or 5 or something.
Right. And it's especially for like the overhead for doing a comedy show is so much less than anything else.
Ridiculous. But like if you want, especially for the beer and friendship one, if and when I get that up and running, I want you to come like record it or take pictures or do whatever the fuck if you want.
I really like. I would think it'd be a cool one to do, and I don't mean to like be going into.
No,
your
I need more ideas.
It's like do like a like this is not happening, but like do one of like just comedians just telling a story of like something fucked up.
There is a storytelling show here already.
Oh, is there?
But it's not necessarily a fucked up storytelling show. So I haven't tried to think of a storytelling show yet, based on that, and also because I don't tell stories.
True.
Like that is kind of fucked with me.
Yeah, but you would be hosting it though.
That's true.
Like you don't.
And I tell stories when I host.
Yeah.
Usually.
And like you just have you just tell a story about like, your brother or something. Be like you have a twin brother, and you just like ramble about.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Like you got stuff.
But there is a storytelling show, and it is a good storytelling show that my buddy Carlos runs called So There I Was.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say every show is themed, and that's the only reason I don't have a storytelling show is because I don't want to step on his toes.
Right.
But I could. I don't fucking care. Like I could.
Well, if you want to do shows, like that's the thing is like.
Oh, I know.
You have to. The thing is like.
These are the.
My whole thing is like, yeah, there might be someone who has like something similar, and I get that. But the thing is like, if you're somebody who's like wanting to like make something like more content, like you can't be afraid of that.
This is the thing that I know a lot of people get upset about.
And I suppose it's probably different than filmmaking. It's probably a different sense of like understanding.
I'm sure it is, but with people like taking other ideas for shows, there's a lot of people who don't like that.
Really?
But also like there's only so many show ideas that you can have.
Yeah.
Like,
but you need time. Like these comedians want time.
Yeah.
So like, why does it matter if there's 2 like storytelling shows? That means you have time to do 2 stories versus just doing one.
I could talk to him and it would be fine.
Yeah.
You know, if you just be like, yeah, I don't care, because I could.
Because what you do is just have him be on all the time. Just give him special like kind of treatment. Be like, if he wants to go on wherever he wants to come on. He might not be the first person that gets on. He might not be but he's not going to be the last. He's going to be in the peak of the show.
I think though my idea for a crowd work show is a good idea for a crowd work show, and my idea for a roast show is a good idea for a roast show. So like the roast show is like we're just basically roasting your like pictures from when you were a kid or a teenager or whatever, like the Blunder years basically. Right. And like the crowd is allowed to bring in like pictures of them when they were kids or whatever. And then the crowd work show is you do crowd work, you don't do any jokes, but before your set you have to draw like a prompt,
right?
Kind of. So if you drew like you have to be nice to somebody, be nice, do nice crowd work. You have to be nice to that person. You have to like give them compliments or whatever. So like it would be shit like that, just kind of like, because all crowd work is just like you're being a dick to this person because they're talking to you or whatever.
Right.
But like the idea of like stare at a wall for a minute and yell at somebody.
Okay. Okay.
like it's not completely fleshed out yet, but I like the idea of it's different for sure. And yeah, I haven't. The only reason I haven't thought about doing a storytelling show is because I don't tell stories.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm open to fucking running everything.
Well, mostly the reason why I do, because I have like weird stories. I have a story of like dating a girl who had 81-pound lizard, and that's what reason why we broke up was the fact that she had an 81-pound lizard. 81 pounds, an 81-pound lizard. It looked like a Komodo dragon. It was a monitor lizard.
Oh yeah.
But it was like it's basically
it's like a baby
Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
81 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
And I thought I was in love with this girl. I thought I was going to marry this woman.
She have a big old monitor lizard.
That was her thing. Like she was one of Lady Gaga's background dancers.
Cool.
She had
in LA?
Yeah, this was when I was in LA. She had a tattoo of a pirate ship going into an octopus going into an octopus that was on her forearm, and then on the other forearm she had a metal hanger, and it was supposed to represent like all of, like the back alley abortions that have to go on.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you are weirder than shit. I gotta date you. I gotta date you. And then like the peak of it, which ended it, was the fact that she had this 81-pound lizard. She finally invited me over to her place.
Was she like perfect in every way except for this lizard?
I did not like the fact that she had the fucking lizard. I thought it was the grossest shit.
It could slowly eat you. Are you afraid of lizards?
I'm afraid of. I don't like exotic animals.
Imagine if you had to stay in Honduras.
No.
Have we talked about that yet? Like if nobody ever picked you up, if no one ever bought you.
I don't. That's pretty much.
No one ever. If God didn't adopt you.
I tell the story all the time because I talk to my brown friends about being adopted. And how it's weird being adopted by white people. And I have my really good friend Aaron. I'm like, yeah, he always talks about how the reason why my parents adopted me is because they wanted to make sure they were getting into heaven.
It's an invite automatically.
Oh, it's like, David Santa Claus, or what did you do? Okay, you did this, you did that. That was bad. But we did adopt
you
a brown
did save this kid's life.
Which I'm very grateful for. It's not that I'm not grateful for that. I am. But they're such... My mother is such a...
Your mom just sucks.
She sucks. Which I want to say is dementia, but I'm like, it can't be dementia. I think it's just rooted in her.
Was she like this when you were a kid?
Yeah. But I never noticed it because all I saw was that. And then when I go out into the world and I hang out with a lot of brown people.
It is fun to realize all the...
How they're just people?
Well, the crazy...
The crazy.
How they are just people like dealing with their own shit, but also like adapt. Be like a better person to your child.
Fucking piece of shit.
Please, just for a second, act
normal
in front of me. How you are, Fuck.
It's like, it's just like the whole like fucking Chinaman.
I don't think you could say that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that. My mother said that.
Podcast,
fucking Chinaman.
Nope, just fuck China. That's all it is. Starring Mama Klauser and Dwight Naylor.
And the thing is, like, I used to adore her so much.
Sure, yeah.
But then, like, the things, like, she would say, like, how I found out. Did I ever tell you the story about how I found out my father had cancer?
No.
So I was dating a black girl. Mm-hmm. It was the first black girl I ever dated. It was like probably the first like real serious relationship I ever had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I ended up dating her for 7 years. You met Brittany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ended up having Chinese food with you. Remember we had Chinese food once?
We have hongs?
Yeah, I was so high. Because I think she was in the car with us when we were smoking pot. She was such
because I wasn't.
You weren't smoking pot, but like myself and 2 other people were, and you and her were the only 2 that were in the car too, and not smoking. She was such an angel of a woman. I can't believe I dated her. She was actually perfect. That was a 7-year relationship, which I sometimes wonder I should not have fucked that. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's life. But so I was dating her, and I was like, hey mom, I have a girlfriend, and she asked me to go to her Sadie Hawkins dance, because Sadie Hawkins dance is when the girl asks the guy. Yeah. And I showed her a picture. I'm like, I'm dating this, like, she's gorgeous. She's this beautiful woman. And I showed her a picture. I'm like, it's this one right here, the black girl of all these. There's all these like 10 other white girls.
Did she go to
Oak Park.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And
my mom was like, no. And I'm like, what? She's like, no, you're not gonna go to dance with her.
Wow.
And I was like, why? And she got up because I was standing up at this point because I was at the computer desk. I said, she took a step towards me, and she looked me right in the eye. She's like, do you want to make your dad's cancer worse by dating a black girl?
Oh my God. That's the first time your mom mentioned cancer.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I didn't know dad had cancer. 1. And then 2.
If there are any new parents out there, Luke Wetzel, don't do that.
Because it will immediately...
Because like then your kid will have a podcast and
talk shit about you.
15 years. Talk shit. Yeah. The podcast is the worst part, but also like they'll hate you forever. Yeah,
it's strong. I'm like, wait, what?
That's insane.
You have a brown son.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, that's how I learned my dad had cancer.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
And then we have the whole me being gay and telling her that I'm gay. She's like, I don't understand. Like, why do you live in West Hollywood, John? Like, and the fact is, like, why are you so muscular? Like, there's only two reasons why you'd be that muscular. You're either on steroids or you're gay.
You could be gay and on steroids. I don't think your mom understands that.
And then she's like, and like she'll always be like, I don't understand. Like, she's like, because I don't go to any like birthdays. I don't go to any holidays, and I haven't for going on 6 years now. Yeah. And like she's like you can go and have Christmas dinner with us. No one cares that you're gay. And I'm like, clearly you do because you brought it up. You brought it up.
What a fucking nightmare.
She's like, do you want us to write you out the will? I'm like, that's one, not my choice. That's not my choice. 2, like, I wasn't expecting anything anyway. 3, you adopted me. You gave me a citizenship to America. I think I'm okay.
Everything like a bad parent would say to their adopted kid, like the kid should just be like, you made me do this.
Yeah, like
I don't care. Fuck off. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
do you want us to write? Fine.
Yeah. She's like, do you want me to just leave everything to your sister?
Better than.
I'm like, sure. Because trust me, if my sister asks me to talk at your funeral, these are the stories I'm going to say. Because these are all I have.
She died thinking that you were gay. She's going to die thinking you're gay.
Yeah.
And you're just banging beautiful women all the time.
Yeah.
And dudes, too. Yeah, beautiful dudes. I mean, he's bi as hell. And it's so fine. Nobody cares.
No one cares
lives in
anymore.
The city. He lives in a nice house.
Yeah.
As far as people know, it's his house alone.
Because whenever I take an Uber, if I go out and I drink and I take an Uber back home, always the person's like, wow, this is your place. And they see me because I look like a fucking bro. And so they're like, this is your place? I'm like, yeah. Like, you're doing pretty good. I'm like, yep.
All your life is a lie. Like for nothing.
Dude, me being adopted, this whole life was not meant to be. It's not supposed to be what I was supposed to have.
All you're doing is taking advantage of the life you were given.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Is this what white people do?
Yes. It is.
I don't know.
You're the whitest person I know.
I know, I am. I am the whitest person ever.
Smoke weed and drink. Perfect.
And do podcasts.
Podcasts.
And yeah.
Drones
and film stuff whenever when there's not corona.
Yeah. Just like recording birds out your window or something. Yeah, pretty cool. You guys like this shit?
Yeah. You want more of this stuff?
You can mic the birds if you want. I can't mic the birds. It's very hard.
But yeah, it's like, but it's also like whenever people like ask me like where I live, I'm like, yeah, I rent the 3rd floor to a mansion. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's weird. And this whole.
It's kind of like your own apartment.
Yeah, it basically is.
You have a 2-bed. Well, I mean, somebody else could live in that living room.
Pretty much.
A door.
It's just a door, and then like I have a door that separates me completely away from everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's like because I think this house used to be a school at one time.
For what? Children?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Mutants?
Yeah.
Film students?
It was like, yeah, apparently the 3rd floor is apparently haunted. But I don't know.
Have you noticed?
The only thing that's been weird was like there is it's an 8-channel inbox that I have. And so I used to have a little input that I used to do on the 3rd one.
Yeah.
And then I would connect that to my laptop and I could play like videos and hear the audio to it. Basically, it would record the audio onto the computer. And like there was once when I turned it all the way up and like there was some weird like radio show and it was like from like the 1950s. It's like, hey, yeah, like there's the winter report.
Picking up some fucking weird.
That's what I was thinking too.
They do that stuff though.
Yeah.
They'll play old shit or play something new that is meant to sound old.
Yeah. So
yeah, people like ragtime.
So like that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking like I just picked up some kind of weird satellite.
Yeah.
That was but besides that's been the only weird thing. And well, I guess the other 2 nights ago, where I sleep, where my like
all the birds just kept slamming themselves against the window.
So past this curtain is like like a living quarters where I have a bed and stuff and like all my clothes.
A living corpse. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a bed over there and like there's a wall, it's kind of like in between. You saw the bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it has like there's like two little walls. Well, every once in a while.
What you did with the place. You switched it all around.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It makes more room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like every once in a while there's like this like I always think it's just the house settling.
Yeah.
So like but there's like this that kind of makes a weird sound like that. So what happened was like it made that sound and so I did one back to it.
Yeah.
Because I do that now all the time to it. Like there's always never anything.
Yeah.
But then like when I did it back, it went back
Nope.
to me. So that's like been the only two things.
I've told you about this when I was living with my parents' house. Every now and then when I was in the basement, and sometimes when I was like upstairs and shit too, it's not a huge house, but like I would hear like a piano play. Just one note. And it was the same note every time. And it sounded like it was coming from.
You have a piano in the house, though.
No, we don't.
You don't? I thought you did in the hallway.
No,
okay.
That's an old sewing kit or whatever.
Okay. Well, that's just me being high and thinking that a sewing kit was a piano.
It's a piano cut in half and stacked onto it.
Well, an organ thing. Whatever, same thing.
But yeah, it sounds exactly like a piano. And this is probably just like my mind, like, thinking it's a piano, but also it's probably a noise from like the water heater or the house settling or whatever the fuck. But it was going on forever and I could hear it clearly. And I think when like you realize shit like that happens, like you try to give it a face, you try to give it a name,
right?
And then you try to give it like a reason
of why it's there.
Yeah, and you're like, nothing.
Okay.
Ghosts aren't real. Don't worry about a thing, people. When you die, you die, and then you never come back.
Pretty much. That's so far. That's how it's always been. Thank you.
To our Lord and Savior, piece of rice. Piece of rice.
So I don't know how long you want to do this because we're like an hour and 35 minutes in.
Probably good.
Are we good?
This is pretty long. Yeah.
All right.
This is a good podcast.
Okay. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't want to stop it unless you wanted to stop it.
Kill it.
Kill it.
Talk about our secrets after this.
Okay. Well, guys, you want to do your your social medias real quick?
Follow me. I have a Facebook page now.
Nice.
Because of all those videos that.
Yeah, you do have some videos that
I've got a video or two
that went a couple million. You have a couple million views.
I've got 3.3 million views. Anyway, so
3.3. I apologize.
I don't know. The coronavirus has helped my YouTube views also. So
helps mine too.
We're doing great.
We're doing awesome.
My Facebook page is Aaron Naylor. I don't know the fucking .com of it. I don't think it matters. But Twitter, I am Aaron Naylor. Instagram, I am Aaron Naylor. I'm gonna start a comedy group called Cool Baby Comedy soon. So check that out. We'll be running like a ton of shows in Kansas City. Please support live comedy.
Hopefully, I'll be producing them.
John will be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. Because why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't I not be? And that's all for you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. You guys can follow me at John D. Klauser. That's for my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also check out my weekly vlogs. It's going to be the same thing, John D. Klauser. And the great thing about that is that if you subscribe to my vlogs, you also are also subscribing to my podcast,
Patreon.
which is
do we have a Patreon yet? Should we start a Patreon?
We should probably start a Patreon. But it's also connected to a podcast I do by myself. Is a 30-minute podcast. Super easy. I believe Aaron is going to also start doing another podcast
that you'll produce.
That I'll be producing.
Yeah,
so he shall
bring on a comic every time, different comic.
That'd be basically the same situation.
Like an hour 45.
I like that idea. I really like that idea.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
It's like a Kansas City comedy podcast thing.
But yeah, you can follow me on that. Again, it's John D. Klauser. It's just John
Dick
D.
Klauser.
And then CLUSER. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.